During 1971, the Foundation submarine Stravinsky was sent to the Bay of Bengal to investigate the curious loss of 2 fishing boats and their 15 crew. This proved to be the first contact with a creature that became designated SCP-3000. The unease was felt throughout the entire crew as we descended on that first night. Whether this was due to our uncertainty, what we would discover, or something more sinister, I could not speculate. This is from the start of the log by Dr. Eugene Getz in the lead-up to the initial contact. Little did he know then how right his instincts were. As they exit the airlock of the submarine Stravinsky, 3 divers head for a large mass on the seabed. At about 700 meters or half a mile down, they wear the latest dive suits, designs from companies like Nutco Research, normally used for work on oil and gas rigs and for deep-sea salvage. These have a hard shell and are called atmospheric suits, being the same pressure inside as normal air at the surface and protecting them from the crushing external forces. These are the extracts from their communications with their mothership, the submarine Stravinsky. The size of this thing is hard to comprehend, and it's wrapped up in itself in several places. We can't get too close because there's too much body there. Alpha, status. Hey, Command, we're having a little trouble out here. We seem to have some confusion over simple stuff, even our designations. To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure where we're going. Sure who Dive team, be advised. We believe you're beginning to experience detrimental cognitive effects. Keep moving forward. We'll give you more information as we get it. You're roughly 150 meters from the head of the entity, Alpha. Should be getting a visual soon. Foxtrot, status report.
There's only blackness. I'm on the edge, inches from oblivion.
One after another, the 3 divers become gradually more confused. Foxtrot in particular.
There's only blackness. Dark, a single pair, cold, dark eyes. And only the eel remains.
The traumatic communications between the 3 members of the Orion 9 team suggests the crew had increasingly worse hallucinations. Not from excess nitrogen, the air they are breathing in those hard suits is normal, but from exposure to some strange life form. All 3 lost their minds, and none of them returned. Further exploration by the Foundation submarine Amrita designates the entity as SCP-3000. 3000 is massive. Obviously an ocean creature, first observations suggest an immensely long, coiled snake spiraling right across the Bay of Bengal, maybe for 700 kilometers, with sections of the body as much as 10 meters in diameter. Often sluggish and needing little sustenance, it can however move quickly at times in response to certain stimuli and during feeding. Some say it's the Hindu deity, Anantashesha, king of snakes, who made a protective cradle for the god Vishnu. But of particular interest is its likeness to an eel, a moray, or perhaps an electric eel. Let's look at these claims in turn. Firstly, I think we can dismiss the idea of a snake. Although there are several marine snakes in the world today, all are originally land-based animals and have to come to the surface to breathe. If it had to breathe air, SCP-3000 would surface regularly, but there are no such reports. Similarly, we can discount the electric eel, even if it is tempting to imagine that a 700-kilometre one could produce more electricity than a nuclear power station. Electric eels are fish, but they're not eels. Instead, they belong to the knifefish family, which are more closely related to catfish. But unusually for a fish, they too come to the surface to breathe, an adaptation to the muddy water they inhabit in Suriname and across northern South America. However, they do produce copious amounts of mucus, thought to protect them from their own electric shocks, and this is similar to the digestive excretion Y909 seen on SCP-3000, which the Foundation now harvests for pharmaceutical purposes. This leaves the theory that the designation 3000 is some kind of moray eel. There are at least 200 kinds, varying in size and colour patterns, and mostly found living in holes on the seabed. But the 3000 is said to be like the giant green moray eel of the Gymnothorax genus, and from the images we have available, it does indeed look similar to this species. Morays are carnivorous and have a fearsome reputation, not entirely undeserved. They even have two sets of jaws, the first hooking prey on sharp, backward-pointing teeth, and the second making sure it's doubly gripped, and then contracting to pull the prey into its long throat. In the film Alien, the alien has a double set of jaws too. Yet moray eels live shallow, only about 50 metres or so, not the 700 metres or half a mile deeps of the SCP-3000. For that, you need adaptations a moray eel doesn't have, so there must be more to this story. Gulper eels, though, are much more suited to deeper water. They have very well developed gills that can breathe the reduced oxygen of the deep, and they have no air spaces in their body, so they can better cope with pressure differences. Our best guess then at this time is that SCP-3000 is a cross between the shallow moray eel and the deep water gulper eel. That's ignoring the little question of its size. Next, we'll explore some of the biology of other secured aquatic creatures and compare their biology to known organisms. Subscribe to get a notification and hit the like button below, and you're welcome to browse the weird but wonderful real creatures across the Intuna channel.